Hey YouTube, JB Pirate here. Today, I'm sharing with you this announcement for the Co World Builders Mapping Competition of 2024. For many months, the call for community maps to be added into Co 3 has been loud. Finally, Relic has answered the call. They've made this formal announcement publicly, but they've also made this great tutorial series that they published to YouTube. With these new developments, I think now is the perfect time to push community maps in Co 3 to the next level. So to this end, the Co World Builders Discord server is proud to host the 2024 mapping competition starting today. The goal of the competition is to create a group of maps of the highest quality in terms of gameplay, balance, and aesthetic, so that the folks at Relic will want them included in the auto-match ladder. Of course, this isn't certain, so the decision to include any maps from the competition is ultimately up to Relic. But I am envisioning this competition as more of a collaborative project, where we're going to have map makers, players, casters, judges, even just players submitting replays. We want everyone working together to provide the most feedback we can to get the best maps out of this competition that we possibly can. Right now, everyone is in need of new maps. We've had a lot of good developments on this front, but we really just need more variety, more maps in there. And I want to try to do that. So how this competition is going to work is that starting today, up until January 15th, you can submit maps. Now, this is going to be an anonymous process, so only I will know the true identity of the map makers, and even the judges will only be scoring the maps based on the maps themselves, not the name that's attached to them. So I go into more detail about this in a couple of other videos that you're going to see on my channel, but those are mostly for the actual mappers themselves and what information they need to submit to me, so I can upload their map to the workshop and work through everything to keep things anonymous throughout the competition. So the timeline here, we're going to have the submission period conclude January 15th. For 1 week, we're going to have judges collecting their feedback. I'm going to go through that, and I'm not sure how I'm going to, get it out there, but it could be on Discord, YouTube videos. We'll figure it out. Then we're going to have 2 weeks for the mappers to iterate on that feedback. Then we're going to have another judge feedback session where they're going to look at what was changed, what was different, what still needs some work. And then we're going to have another about 2 week period where the mappers are going to update their maps. And then finally, by the end of February, the judges are all going to come together and they're going to score the maps. Now, how this is going to work is we're not rating each map against each other. How do you compare a 1v1 and a 4 versus 4 map? There's a lot of differences there, and it wouldn't really make sense. So what I'm going to do is create a kind of form for the judges, and they're going to score the maps. And there's going to be like a theoretical maximum score for every map based on the number of judges that are reviewing it. And essentially the average mark that the map gets is its grade. So then the winning maps can be from any category, but it's going to be the maps that have the highest percent of potential points earned. So we are going to have, best 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, 4 versus 4 maps. But that really isn't going to matter into the final calculation. The real calculation is just going to be, like I said, who got the most points possible based on the judges scoring their maps. So part of the incentive for mappers is going to be a little bit of a prize pool here. So I've donated $50 of my own to the prize pool. Grayshot has pledged $50 as well, Grayshot117 that is, and White Flash has been kind enough to donate $100 to the prize pool. So we're off to a good start of $200, and if you want to submit, if you want to add money to the prize pool, it's greatly appreciated. They don't need to be big increments like $50 or $100. If you want to donate $1 each for you and your 3, 4 versus 4 buddies, an extra $4 into the pot is going to be great. I think with maps for every mode, we're really attracting a wide player base. So those small dollar donations are really going to be what's kind of driving things forward, and I think incentivizing players to kind of help contribute in this way. And even if you don't want to donate money, that's totally fine. No hard feelings. We're still going to need people to be submitting replays. We're going to need people streaming games. We're going to need people, writing in Discord or in the Steam Workshop their feedback. So even if you can't donate money or don't want to, not a big deal. We really just want to focus on getting the best maps possible. So like I said, if you can be out there making content, giving feedback with these maps when the time comes, that's greatly appreciated too. So I already talked about the scoring system a bit. Like I said, we're just going to be grading the maps kind of on a percentile scale to kind of create a balanced system and to really be able to weigh all the maps against each other. So how to submit your map, this is mostly for mappers, or if you're interested, there's a couple documents here I've linked, and they're linked here down below as well. But because there's an anonymous process, it's a bit trickier than normal. So just read these carefully and message me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. But again, the anonymity there isn't to punish players or make things more difficult, but it's there to really judge maps based on the maps themselves rather than the name attached to them. So just some final closing thoughts here. Even if you don't want to submit a map, even if you have no intention of learning the tools, you can join the Discord server and help test new maps. Even in normal times when we're not running a competition, you can be in there and watch for players to post new maps and things like that. And here down below you can find all the important links. I'll also have a link to the donation page, but again, totally not obligated to do so. If you want to, great, but if you also want to help out in other ways with your time, with live streaming, replays, etc., that's more than appreciated as well. And that's it, folks. Thanks so much. Check my channel for a couple more videos if you're interested in submitting a map. I'll go over our style guide and the information for Mapmaker's document. So then when the time comes, you'll be able to submit all the information you need, and everyone will be a happy camper, and things are going to be kept anonymous, and everything's going to be good and run smoothly. All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care.